It's 3 a.m. You're wide awake, staring into the darkness, your heart racing for reasons you can't explain. You feel watched, unsettled. But why? Why does this hour feel so different? Could it be just a restless mind, or is there something far more sinister lurking in the shadows? Tonight, we're diving deep into the legends and chilling theories surrounding this mysterious hour. From ancient tales of witches and demons to modern-day spiritual awakenings. Is it just your mind playing tricks, or is there something dark at play? Let's find out. They call it the witching hour, a time when the veil between our world and the supernatural is at its thinnest. In medieval Europe, fear of the witching hour ran deep. It was said that between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., the forces of darkness were at their most powerful. Witches, drawn to the hour's malevolent energy, were believed to cast their spells, commune with dark spirits, and perform rituals under the cover of night. Those who dared to wake during these hours might find themselves face to face with the unknown, an icy chill, a creaking door, or perhaps a shadow that doesn't belong. But why 3 a.m.? Some say it's because this is the time when the forces of light are at their weakest. In Christian lore, the hour of 3 a.m. is seen as a mockery of the sacred time of Christ's death at 3 p.m., a moment when evil mocks the divine. If you find yourself staring into the dark at 3 a.m., feeling that cold prickle on the back of your neck, perhaps you aren't imagining things after all. Perhaps you've woken at the hour when the night belongs not to the living, but to the creatures of shadow. The witching hour is not the only explanation for this haunting time of night. While some believe the darkness at 3 a.m. belongs to sinister forces, there's another theory, one that's far more personal and profound. What if waking at this hour isn't about fear, but about connection? A connection to something greater, something beyond. Many spiritual traditions suggest that waking at 3 a.m. is a sign of spiritual awakening, a moment when the universe itself is trying to reach you. This isn't the domain of witches or demons. This is the hour of the soul. In that stillness, you may be hearing a call, a whisper from beyond. But as you step into this liminal space, ask yourself, is this truly an awakening? For every light that shines in the darkness, there is a shadow that follows. Spiritual awakening or supernatural intrusion. At 3 a.m., the line between the two is razor thin. In the world of energy healing and ancient traditions, the time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is more than just an hour of restlessness. It's believed to be a moment of energy shifts, a time when the body's internal rhythms are at their peak. Some say this is when the soul aligns with the natural flow of the universe, when the body processes emotions, heals, and lets go of hidden pain. But others believe this hour is when something far darker awakens. Traditional Chinese medicine suggests that energy passes through the lungs during this time, the organs tied to grief and sadness. As the energy around you shifts, the boundary between calm and chaos thins. The familiar becomes unfamiliar, the air grows heavier. Is this the body's way of cleansing? Or is there something else, something unsettling, moving beneath the surface? A presence, perhaps, feeding off your fear or your grief. Could it be that this is not the hour of spirits or demons, but the hour of your own mind, turning against you? Psychologists have long studied the mysteries of the human mind at night. In the quiet of the early hours, our defenses are down, and the darkness amplifies our deepest fears. What you fear might not be lurking in the shadows, but rising from within. Anxiety, stress, trauma, they thrive in the silence. Your mind, stripped of distractions, feeds on itself, replaying the darkest moments, the unresolved guilt, the buried memories. Insomnia. It's more than just sleeplessness. It's the mind's way of dragging you into the depths of your own thoughts, forcing you to confront what you've been avoiding. At 3 a.m., the subconscious is no longer silent. It whispers, it mocks, It demands to be heard. This is the mind's darkest hour. Your doubts take shape in the shadows, pushing you to the edge of reason. But what if I told you? Some terrifying moments in history happened at this very hour. Take, for example, the story of Elisa Lam, a young woman whose body was found in the water tank of the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles in 2013. The night she disappeared, CCTV footage caught her in an elevator at, yes, you guessed it, 3 a.m. Her erratic behavior, the way she seemed to interact with something unseen, and the inexplicable circumstances surrounding her death. They've haunted investigators and the public ever since. Or consider the legend of the Amityville Horror. In 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his entire family while they slept, claiming he heard voices commanding him to kill. The chilling detail? DeFeo reportedly woke at 3:15 a.m., moments before committing the brutal crime. Years later, George Lutz, the new owner of the infamous house, would wake at the exact same time every single night. And it's not just ghosts or demons. In 1987, a man named David Booth claimed he woke at 3 a.m. every night for 10 consecutive nights, plagued by visions of a plane crash. He could see it clearly. The burning wreckage, the screams. On the 11th day, Flight 191 crashed at O'Hare International Airport, killing all 273 people on board. Was it a premonition or simply a nightmare? These stories are not just myths. They are real events, and they all share one thing in common: 3 a.m. The hour when time feels slow, when reality itself feels like it's slipping through your fingers. You feel it, don't you? The heaviness in the air, the creeping sense that you're not alone. But it's not the darkness outside that haunts you. It's the darkness within. They say waking at 3 a.m. is just a trick of the body's natural rhythms. But what if it's more than that? And when you wake at 3 a.m., ask yourself, what woke you? Was it just a restless mind? Or was it something darker, something that's been waiting in the shadows, watching, listening? Sleep well, if you can.